Alright guys, so before we hop into this video and start talking about the settings, there's just one thing I do want to establish, and that's the fact that there's not like one perfect universal setting for everybody out there. Like, you know, everyone's going to have like their own setting that fits their playstyle. So just remember that, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys like the settings I use and kind of how like I figured out my own settings that fit my playstyle, and that should help you guys like figure out, you know, how to figure out your own settings, or, you know, just use mine, try them out, make a few adjustments here and there. And also I'll be showing you guys like some other settings that I do recommend that you guys might want to try out and see if you like as well. So first things first though, we're going to go ahead and hop into just like the basic gameplay settings. So we'll start there. Alright, so for interact prompt style, what you want this on is compact. Always keep this on compact, and I'll go ahead and show you why. So when this is on default, you see when you're looking at this bag, it has like that giant banner of information, and it's kind of just blocking your line of sight. So we don't really need to know, like we all know what the backpack does, right? Like we know what all this stuff does, so we don't need this extra information. So when you put this on compact, it just gets rid of that banner. So now it just gets rid of that extra clutter on your screen and no more banner of information blocking your line of sight. So definitely keep that off. For button hints, I would keep this off. It's just like kind of tells you to reload, not to reload. Not really too important, just personal preference. I keep it off. Crosshair damage feedback, definitely keep this on X, which X with shield icon or just X. And when you keep it off, like watch. So see how there's no look at his head bobbing. See how there's no like indicator around my crosshair that I'm shooting that guy. So watch. Put this with X. There you go. You see the X around the crosshair? No X. All right. X. No X. So it just kind of like lets you know when you're hitting people, like when your bullets are actually like connecting, hitting your target. So I would keep that on, definitely. Damage number stacking, yep, keep that on, because watch, when you shoot this guy, I'm able to tell I hit him for 224, right? When you have this on floating, watch. It just shows like you're hitting for 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. Like you're not able to count that up and add it to 224 real fast. So definitely keep that with stacking. And you can do both, but it's just more clutter in your screen. I would do stacking. Ping opacity, really personal preference, I guess. It's just like the ping. See how this is like more of a solid color? And then you put this on faded. Maybe it won't work when I change it like that.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, see how it's a little more faded now? A little faded. So, I mean, I guess you can keep it on faded so it's like not blocking as much, but I kept it on default, so up to you. Obituaries, you definitely want this one. Obituaries is just like, it's like you're pretty much your kill feed. So if you turn this off, it won't show the kill feed, so you won't see who's dying nearby. You won't be able to tell like when a third party of your team, if you hear shots nearby and then you see knocks in the kill feed, it kind of tells you to like, oh, we should probably get involved in this. So definitely keep this on. Mini-map rotation, I feel like I'm the only one in the world that has this on. I don't really know why I have it on. I think I played a game when I was like younger and my mini-map always rotated. So I got used to that when I was younger and kind of just stuck with it. But pretty much like all my friends, pretty much all pros you see, they're going to have this off. So I would keep it off, but if you're like me, you like it when it rotates, turn it on. It doesn't hurt as long as you're like okay with it. Weapon auto cycle on empty, keep this on, you know. Like if you have an empty gun and you try and shoot, it will just automatically switch to your other weapon. So might as well just keep that on. Auto sprint, definitely keep this on. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can have it off. It just when you have it off, it won't auto sprint. You have to click down on your left stick. That's how you start running. I like this on. I'm just always sprinting. Like right when I land, just bang, I'm moving. A lot easier to like hop around. You can if you want to have better movement, keep it on. So definitely keep that on. Double tap sprint. You're a psycho if you have this on. Definitely have this off. If you have it on, like you literally have to double tap. Don't even keep this off. Jetpack control. This is all for the Valkyrie mains out there. So if you're a Valkyrie main, keep this on hold. It just 100 times better. When you have it on toggle, it's just weird. Incoming damage feedback, 3D. Not sure if there's a big difference here. It's been on 3D since I played the game, so just keep it 3D. Alright, so this is by far the single most important setting in the entire game right here. And that's going to be taking damage closes death box or crafting menu. Keep this off. Like you should never ever have this on, right? So like imagine you're in a game and you're trying to shield swap, okay? Like you have no shields, you're like 50 health, if you have this on and you're in a death box and like you're like about to grab that shield swap and someone like gets one shot on you with a flatline, it will close the death box menu and you'll not be able to get that shield swap off and you'll probably die, right? Because he's gonna hit you with a couple more bullets and you're dead. But if you have this off and you're trying to pull off that shield swap and you do get shot once, you'll still be able to be in the death box and grab that shield swap, and then bang, all of a sudden you have a purple shield and like 20 health and you're running away rather than them being dead. So have this off. It allows you to shield swap while taking damage inside of death boxes. And yeah, and also if you're in the storm and you're trying to like use a replicator, if you have this on, you won't be able to do that because you'll be entering the replicator and it'll kick you out because you're taking storm damage. So keep this off. There's like no point to have it on. Alright, for hop up pop up, this one's not a big deal at all. I just have mine on. Keep it on, keep it off. Doesn't hurt. Streamer mode. I keep my streamer mode off. If you keep this on, it pretty much just like keeps everyone's name anonymous, even like the enemies. I would just keep this off. Up to you. I would keep it off too. Anonymous mode, I keep mine disabled. This just hides your name. It's just gonna pop up as like Wraith5814. So this pretty much just hides your gamer tag. Up to you. If you want to hide your gamer tag, put it on. If you don't, keep it off. Alright, so usage sharing. I have mine enabled. I honestly like don't even know what this does. Apparently it says EA collects data from your device to develop products and services. So pretty much this is how EA just gets data for their game. So I mean, if you don't want EA to get data off, you just turn it off. I don't know if it affects anything personally. I have mine enabled. Performance display. This kind of just shows like your whole. Like I'll show you. So FPS is popping up there, loss, choke, ping. So maybe, yeah, I mean, if you want to see, oh, I thought it was a vault. If you want to see like your ping, your FPS, turn it on. I mean, up to you. I used to have mine on in game, but not really anymore. I don't really care. So it just shows like your performance display. So I have mine off. Club invites, mine enabled. If you want to join a club or you're trying to recruit for your club, keep it enabled. Communication filter, I have everybody. Reticle, this one's important. I like mine green, just neon green. That's what I like on it. They say green's best for the eye, like when you're trying to look at things, like green's the most like eye-catching color. So, but I just like neon green when it comes to reticles and like laser sights. It gives me like the MW2 vibes, right? Like classic MW2. So that's why I like the neon green. So that's what I have on. Here are the numbers down here: 24, 255, and 15. And then for laser sight, same thing, neon green. Gives me that classic MW2 laser sight vibes. So that's why I got the neon green on. There are my numbers again, a little bit different. 13, 255, 31. Just neon green. You know what I'm talking about. Colorblind mode. I always keep mine off. I mean, what did I just do? There's benefits to all of them. They say this one's like the best, like most vibrant one, Tritanopia. But these two, I'll show you why these two are like kind of useful. So if you're a Bloodhound main, especially, let me change the Bloodhound.
I return to the hunt.
So when you're playing Bloodhound and you're using the Protanopia colorblind setting, let's go ahead and get my ult. It changes them from red to blue. So you see how these guys are blue. So when you're on off, when you're on default, they're red. But when you're on Protanopia or Dirtranopia, they pop. This is like a more of a neon blue. And then you go back to Protanopia and you're back to that dark blue. So yeah, I mean, if you're using your Bloodhound, I'll show you Bloodhound ult. If you're using Bloodhound and you're using your ult, if you'd rather than pop up blue than red, like if it's a person, I don't know if there's a benefit. People say there is. I'd never played Bloodhound, so like I don't know. But if you want them to pop up blue, definitely use Protanopia or Dirtanopia. And they also pop up blue in the Digi threat. And then if you want to pop up red, just use default or use. So yeah. But he's not better than crypto. Alright, switching back. Crypto.
Thanks for not giving up on
Alright, so
me.
that's the colorblind settings. I keep mine off. That's just what I like. And then I have my own custom filters on through NVIDIA. That doesn't matter. Subtitles off. Subtitle size, normal. Accessible chat features, I have mine off. Off. And then keyboard and mouse, doesn't matter. Controller is better. Controller. Alright, so button layout. Alright, so I guess here I'll talk about the type of controller I use. So I use the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller with 4 paddles on the back. And I have my paddles bound to jump, crouch, reload, and weapon swap. So keep that in mind. And also, if you're using like an Xbox controller or just a controller, if you're using any controller, I recommend the kontrolfreeks 100%. I feel like they changed the game. Like it's insane how much it's changed the game. So my friend Amar, shout out Amar, you might have seen him in some of my videos. His name is Xmar. He just got a pair of kontrolfreeks and he's been shredding people. Like he says, like I've never beamed anyone so hard in my life. So I 100% recommend kontrolfreeks. I'll throw the ones up on the screen. These are the ones that I have and that I recommend the most. They are the kontrolfreek Galaxies. They're like the purple ones. They're the best in the game. So if you're looking to improve your aim on a controller, 100% recommend getting these. And use code BURI up on the screen right here. And this will be linked down low in the description below as well for 10% off any kontrolfreeks you get on their website. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about button layout. So remember, I use the 4 paddles on the back. So pretty much I keep my default. I only change my equip grenade and extra character action. That's the only thing I've changed. And that was just because like my D-pad used to be messed up in the past, so like I switched those. But yeah, that's the only thing I've changed. So, and I guess if you don't have paddles, one thing I would recommend is to change this right here. I would change your melee and your crouch. So I would put crouch on my right stick if I don't have paddles. So if you don't have paddles, try out crouch on the right stick. You might like that. But other than that, just like I keep mine pretty default. So I'll change that back. And then stick layout default. Definitely have tap to use and reload here. Crouch button, 100% recommend hold. It might take a little bit to get used to if you've never used it before, but it 100% recommend using hold for everything like bee hopping. Everything like super glides. Keep this on hold. Trust me, it's just better for overall movement and everything. So hold there. Aim button, hold. Survival slot button, I have this off just so I can I like to have my interact button there. So that just allows you to here, I guess I can show you. Do they have heat shields in the firing range? I guess not. So right here is your survival slot button. So if you turn this, if you have this off in your settings, that means in order to use this, you have to hit start and go to your inventory and click on this. Like if you have a mobile respawn here, you have to go hit start, go to your inventory and click on this to pull it out. But if you have this on, then you can just use your D-pad and it will just be right on your D-pad and you can pull out your heat shield. So I mean, it's personal preference here. I keep mine off just because I like to use my interact button, inspect button I mean. Trigger dead zones, none. Menu cursor speed. I know a lot of people that keep this low around here, but I like to keep mine right up to this to the trigger dead zones bar, right up to that 4th bar. That's where I like to keep my menu cursor personally. These settings right here are used by pretty much almost every single pro right now and streamer. It's the 4-3 linear with a small dead zone. I've tried these before. They're pretty much almost identical to my settings that I use, my ALC settings, but they're just a little bit slower. I have mine just tuned up a little bit faster just because I like faster movement. But it doesn't mean I'm better. I honestly suck. But I just like the movement to be a little bit faster. That's how I like to play. It makes me feel good. Alright, but these settings are really good as well. If you're just looking for solid settings to kind of start off and mess around with a little bit, definitely try out these 4-3 linear. Per optics, keep everything the same. Just keep this on 4-3. And yeah, it's linear. I hate classic personally. I can play with it, but linear that's right up my alley. That's what I like. I would try these out in the firing range and play a couple games with it. See if you like these type of settings, because these are kind of pretty much just like mine, just a little bit slower and a little more tuned down, but a lot more just raw. They're solid. So try these out. Maybe try out the classic as well, 4-3 classic. Those are still good settings, but if you do that, I would lower the dead zone to none. So try these out as well, 4-3 classic with a dead zone of none. But these are, if you ask me, 1,000 times better right here. The 4-3 linear with the small dead zone. Try these out. It's really good settings. Go ahead and shoot a little bit. It's just solid. Like honestly, I like aiming with this one. I don't know. It's really good. So go ahead and try these out as well. I might play a couple games with these settings for the rest of the day. We'll see. But let's go ahead and hop into my settings. All right, so try out the 4-3 linear with a small dead zone, and then now we'll go into my ALC settings. Oh, where did I just go? All right, so my ALC settings. For the dead zone, I have it on 3, outer threshold 1, response curve 5. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about these 3. I used to have my dead zone up on 5, and that's just because like I have no stick drift on 5. But when I turn it down to 3, you will see a little bit. Oh, it's like okay, it's not really there. Just like there it goes, a tiny bit of stick drift, which I'm fine with dealing with because I honestly, if you ask me, the lower you can have your dead zone, the better. So I would lower your dead zone as much as you can until like your stick drift kicks in, and then find like that perfect, like the lowest possible point you can have of dead zone with no stick drift and put it on that. So for me, that's 3. This is just like, I don't know, it makes my aim feel just so much smoother. So whenever I have my dead zone as low as possible, it just feels a lot smoother. So I definitely recommend that. I have my outer threshold on 1. I wouldn't recommend going past 2. I like 1 more than 2. That's just kind of just keep it on 1 here. I would keep it on 1. And response curve, I have mine on 5. So pretty much like the response curve, I guess I can put it into like perspective here. So a 7 response curve, this is pretty much your classic response curve, right? So a 7 response curve, yeah, right? So a 7 response curve is gonna be like your classic response curve. So, and this 3 is like pretty much linear. Like this right here, 2, 3, this is linear. But like full linear is 0. But like right here, I don't know. I kind of like this right here, like the 5. I like the I want to put it on 3, but then see the stick drift right here. It's just like I don't know. I like it on 3 though. Like see, sometimes for me, like a 3-3, if you can, this is what I would recommend right here. So if you don't have a lot of stick drift, I recommend a 3-3 or 3-1-3. So 3 dead zone, 1 out of the threshold, and 3 response curve. This is like this is me. This is my favorite setting. The 3-1-3 response curve dead zone out of the threshold. But I don't know. I keep it on 5 right now just because of my like the slight stick drift. But I like right here to 3 to 5, just between there. This is my this is what I recommend trying out. We'll get to per optic settings in a second. Yaw speed, I keep this on 315. Pitch speed 160. Turning extra yaw 60. So I guess for those that don't know what these mean, yaw speed is your horizontal, like your left to right, how like fast you turn. Pitch speed is your vertical, up and down, like how fast you look up and down. And turning extra yaw. So this is like when your stick is at its maximum input. Like when I'm turning to, since it's yaw, this is your left and right. So when I'm going to the left or the right, and my stick is like at its full potential, like I can't push it any harder, it adds on an extra 60 to my yaw speed. So when my stick is at its full, like I can't push it any harder, it's at its full threshold, can't go past like push it any harder, it's gonna add 60 to the 315. So when I'm pushing my stick at its hardest, it's gonna be a 375 yaw speed. So it just adds an extra 60, so you can kind of turn a little bit faster. I keep this on 0, 0, 0. Never turn these on personally. The ramp up time, ramp up delay. I've seen some people put it on. Just don't. It's just weird. ADS yaw speed 138, pitch speed 105, and extra yaw 100. I like this for my wingman personally. It's just like I don't know. I can kind of flick more, and I'm used to the 100. I guess I've been playing on it for so long. I'm used to it. So try that out personally. Like I like it. If you're a big wingman player, you might like it as well. Yeah, but this right here, these are the settings I've been playing on for the past since pretty much the beginning of season 15. So the 3 dead zone, 1 hour threshold, 5 response curve, 315, 160, 60, 138, 105, and 100. Make sure you keep both of these on. These are your aim assist for shooting and aim assist when you're punching. No reason to turn that off unless you're a crackhead. And per optic settings. These are pretty important. Put these on like exactly how I have them. Pretty much like what I recommend here is put settings on and just never change them. Like just get used to them. So this is what I've been playing on for God knows how long, maybe like 10 seasons, who knows. But I got 1, 1.2, 1.5, 1.8, 2.2, 2.6, and 2.8. I've been playing on these forever. I might have like increased these a little bit by like 1 or 2, just because I kind of like it a little faster. But honestly, like maybe don't make them exactly like mine. Like if this feels too fast, turn them down. But what I would recommend is put these on, then go into the firing range, go into a game with these settings. If they feel too fast, too slow, adjust them from there. But then once you find that perfect setting, just bang, leave it at that. And same goes for over here. What I would start off doing is put all these on, try them out as like a baseline, and then like you're like, oh, okay, this kind of feels a little bit too twitchy. If it's too twitchy, turn this up a little bit. If it feels a little too fast too, like, you know, turn this up, like play with it a little bit. So like the more you turn these up, like the less responsive it's gonna feel like the stick. It's gonna, like the more you turn this up, the more classic it's gonna feel like that classic response curve. So maybe like put these on, like I said, a little trial and error, change a little bit here and there. Like if it's a little too fast left and right, turn that down. A little too fast up and down, turn that down. Just like adjust it a little bit, like adjust it to how it suits you. Like if you like playing slow, like the slower turning, just turn these all down a little bit. If you want to be like a crackhead and be super fast, turn them all up. Like it's all personal preference, right? It's just what fits you. So yeah, these are my settings. Let me know down in the comments if I missed like anything. If you have any questions about anything, I'm always more than happy to answer these. Always love talking with you guys down in the comments. So yeah, I guess I can go over video settings real fast as well, because people always ask about like my video settings. So yep, I got full screen here, just native there. I don't think I can do anything else, can I? Yeah, just native. Brightness 70, field of view, I have mine on 108. It used to be 1010. I think I accidentally turned down to 108. I just keep it there, whatever. FOV, yeah, this one's actually important. Keep this enabled. I'll show you why. Apply these. So, octane mains. This is for you.
Whoa!
So, see when I'm like this, aiming down, and I stem? See how I zoom in? And then, like, come over here. I think you want this disabled, don't you? Yeah, okay, look. See when I stem, there's like no change. Okay, yeah. So, I guess when I got my new GPU and whole new computer, it like reset all my settings, so I never changed this back. But you want this, if you're an Octane main, or pretty much anyone, keep this on disabled. So like watch. I stem, see how like nothing changes, there's no zoom in, it's just like everything's the same on my screen. When I have this enabled, watch. It like zooms in. Right? It just like unnecessary zoom. Now it's like slowly zooming out. I don't know, it just like changes it up for no reason. So like if you're running, who knows, like it might just mess you up a little bit. Like you're just like a little bit more zoomed in, just like zooming out. You just keep this off, right? Like it's just like unnecessarily just hinges it a little bit, so it just keeps everything the same. I'll just keep this off if you're an Octane man. If you're anyone, just keep this off, might as well. Sprint view shake, this should be on minimal. See, I guess I never changed this back after I got my new computer because it reset all my settings. So I never changed this back. So FOV ability scaling disabled, sprint view shake minimal. Keep that on like that. VSync I have disabled. If you have a really strong GPU in this video, keep this on enabled and boosted or boost. And this on TSA very high. I kind of have these a little bit too high. I guess I'm just juicing right now, right? Like I'm just trying to have some really high quality videos. So I just have my GPU juicing. Like I might as well put this on insane, right? Who cares? Boom. We're just gonna turn this up. So that's why I always have like super nice quality, I guess. It's because I'm always like I have all my settings on very okay. Insane spot can lead to performance issues. Okay. We're gonna turn that back down, right? Where's insane? We'll keep honestly like spot shadow detail. We'll keep on high, and we'll put back on 8. Yeah, we're gonna do that because I'm not trying to like hurt my GPU. So that's what I have right now for my settings. Pretty much all this is just that's where that is. You can look at that. But yeah, that's where my settings are currently. Yeah, alright, so that's pretty much it for the settings video. Like I said, if I missed anything, let me know down in the comments. Like I'll always help you guys out, answer any questions you guys have. But besides that, like yeah, I'm gonna be playing some ranked here, hopefully today, some tomorrow, get some ranked gameplay, and have that out ready for you guys this weekend or next weekend. So Let me know down in the comments if you'd rather see a ranked like series again, or just like solo ranked videos. Like I'll be like, oh, here's a video like me dropping 3K in ranked, or would you rather see like another like Road to Diamond series, where it's like Road to Diamond Part 1, Road to Diamond Part 2? Let me know down in the comments like which one of those you would rather see. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful week. And yeah, thanks for watching.